wherever you feel comfortable. Legs can be crossed. Your legs can be out in front, as long as your spine's nice and tall. And again, there's that option if you wish to sit on top of a pillow. And we'll start with shoulder rotations coming back. Just keeping that spine nice and tall. Wonderful. And then just letting those arms swoop up to sky. We're just going to bring the arms parallel for a moment, palms parallel, arms parallel. And then slowly opening into our V formation. Arms to come back up, palms to touch. Turn the palms to face out. And you're going to lower those arms down as you come into your full forward fold. Belly, chest, head to come down. Unraveling to come up to center, arms to come up. Palms to touch. Into our V formation. Nice slow movement to start. Arms to come back up. Palms to touch. And then bringing the palms to face out, gliding the arms down into your full forward fold. Unraveling for our third movement of arms to come up. Opening into V formation. Palms back up to touch. Hands to face out, gliding those arms down into your full forward fold. Nice rounding of the spine. Unraveling to come back to center, hands gently pushing onto the knees and just a bit of a sway of your shoulders from side to side. And coming back to center, swooping those arms back up to sky. Bringing the palms parallel, arms parallel with one another. And gentle twist to the left. Coming back to center and twisting to right. Coming back to center, let's come down with the hands for a moment to heart center, just coming into a flat back fold. So pushing the palms and the fingertips together. Nice long spine. Coming back up, arms up to sky. Arms parallel, twisting to left side. This time right hand onto the left leg, coming into your first spinal twist. Nice deep inhale. Exhale to come back to center, arms to lengthen. Palms facing one another. Twisting to right side. Left hand pressing into the right leg, looking behind, deep inhale, releasing the breath. Coming back to center as we swoop the arms up, palms parallel, opening into V formation. Palms back up to touch, and then gliding the hands down into your full forward fold. Move back up to center, setting those shoulders back a couple times. And then just lengthening that right arm up to sky. Left hand tented, and you're going to reach up and over to left side, to center. Coming over to right side, to center, to left, to center, and over to right side, to center. Arms lengthening out to the sides, palms to face forward. Beautiful. Arms coming out in front. We'll start off by bending the elbows, bringing right elbow into center and swooping that left arm underneath, drawing the shoulder blades forward. Again, you can place your hands on your shoulders or bring the elbows up. Holding, nice tall spine. And then as you bring your elbows down, slight round of the spine, dropping the chin down. Inhaling to come up. Exhale, lowering elbows down, rounding spine, chin down. And then one more time to come up. Exhale to lower down. Coming back to center, bringing those arms out to the sides. The left arm over to right side. Back to center. And then coming over to left. To center. One more time each side. To center. And then over to left side. to center. Arms reaching out to the sides. Arms to come out in front. Bending the elbows, this time bringing left elbow into center, right arm to swoop underneath, fingertips pointing up to bring elbows up. Elbows coming down, rounding spine. Coming up, arms, elbows, fingertips pointing up. Elbows coming down, rounding spine. And one more time, coming up and releasing back down. Coming back to center, arms out to the sides. One last round of left arm over top of the head. Turn your chin slightly up to center. Floating over to left side. To center. One more time each side. These floating arms to center. And then over to left. To center. Arms reaching out to the sides. Twisting to your left. Trying to keep those arms parallel with the ground. Dropping the left hand down behind you. Reaching that right arm up to sky. Coming back to center. Left arm up to sky. Right hand coming back behind you. Gentle twist. Back to center. Arms reaching out to the sides. Palms to face up as you come up to sky, palms to touch into our V formation. Palms coming back up and then into your full forward fold. Belly, chest, head coming down. And rounding back to center and taking a moment to roll those shoulder blades back. So let's just come into a few body rolls and then we'll come out of our cross-legged position. So hands on top of the knees, floating forward, again either with a flat back or rounding of the spine, coming over to your left leg. You kind of want to open your belly and chest towards the left leg, and then as you release back, around the spine, belly coming in, swooping to right side, and then continuing our full circular rotation in this direction. All right. Just a little bit of movement for your shoulders, for the spine, and for the belly. And then a few in the opposite direction. Nice wake up stretch for the body. Coming back up to center, taking those shoulder blades back a few times. And then swooping those arms back up. This time to interlace the fingers, bringing the hands back behind you. So again, trying to keep that spine nice and tall. Roll the shoulder blades back and down, and then tipping right elbow over to right side. Trying to keep that left armpit open. Knees also relaxed in this position. Coming back to center and tipping over to left side. Coming back to center, rolling those shoulder blades back, pressing the head into the hands, eyes gaze to come up. Back to center, bringing interlaced palms to face up towards the sky, releasing arms down into your full forward fold. And back up to center, bring those arms up one last time, bringing the palms to touch, hands above the head. Tent the fingertips together, and then open the hands above the head. I want you to roll those shoulder blades back and down, and bring the thumbs just out from the ears to hold. And I want you to start lowering your elbows down, and keep your hands wide spread, and bring your hands out just from the elbows. The fingertips are still pointing up towards the sky. Good. You're going to hold here, and then bring those fingertips back up above the head. Good. Draw shoulder blades back, to hold, to come back up, to draw back, to hold, to come back up. Beautiful. One more time. Come back, to hold, Fingertips pointing down. Press those hands down to the floor into your full forward fold. Coming back up to center and get out of this cross-legged position. Feet at hip distance apart. Hands behind you, just starting to sway it out from side to side. Good. Coming back to our center position. Bringing your feet again so they're hip distance apart. Shoulders are rolled back. Hands are pressing into the floor. And what I'd like you to do is just try and bring those hips up. Even if you can bring your hips just half an inch away from the ground, you may want to come up a little bit higher, or if you're bringing those hips up as high as you can, opening up the chest, pushing those hands into the floor, eyes gaze to come up. So wherever you're at right now, you're going to lower the hips down. Inhale to come up, nice open chest. Exhale to release, to come back up, to release down. Good, one more time, come up, we're gonna hold, nice open chest. Slowly releasing down, bringing the feet out in front into your diamond shaped position and rolling those shoulder blades back. So bring the hands on top of your thighs. You're going to slide your hands down. You're going to curl your spine, bringing those hands around your toes as you release the head and the neck. Sliding to come back up into a nice tall position. Bringing those arms back up to sky, interlacing the fingers, hands behind the head. Rolling the shoulder blades back and down. Just a slight tip of the right elbow over to right side, to center, over to left, to center, and then pressing the head into the hands, eyes gaze up, to center, elbows in, rounding the spine, chin coming down. Coming back to center, you're going to push those arms out to the sides. Good. You're going to turn your palms to face forward. As you bring your arms out in front, rounding the spine, chin coming down. Come up to center, bring your fingertips and palms to touch. Reach those arms right out in front, lengthening the spine. Body, arms coming up to sky, thumbs to touch. Drawing shoulder blades back and down to hold. Arms out to the sides. To round spine, chin coming down. Coming up to center, palms to touch, hands above the head, to tent fingertips, and to draw those shoulder blades back. Fingertips back behind you into a flat back fold. Opening your chest towards the floor. Beautiful. Coming back up, bringing those feet back up to hip distance apart, swaying the knees from side to side. And coming back to center, just for a moment, coming into Baddha Konasana, bringing the bottoms of the feet to touch. You're going to slowly rock from side to side. You don't have to have a tall spine here to start. If you want to just kind of let that spine move around in this position, you can. Nice release here with your knees down to the floor. And then coming to center. So let's come into our nice wide open V formation. So only coming to where you're comfortable, fingertips back behind you, shoulder blades down, hands are close in towards the body. And if you can, toes to point up. If that's just too much right now, let your feet relax. And you're going to start off with your flat back fold. So opening your chest forward. Nice drop in the shoulders here. Good, coming to center, gentle twist to the left, right hand comes out in front, and just coming into that flat back fold towards the left side, belly towards left thigh. Coming back to center, gentle twist to the right, flat back fold, belly coming towards right thigh. Coming to center, hands out in front into V formation, tenting the fingertips. Start off with your flat back fold and then begin to round your spine, opening the chest towards the floor, bringing the head down. And slowly walking back up to center. Take your time to bend one knee at a time, feet to come out in front, and swaying knees from side to side. Lovely. So actually, let's come back into Baddha Konasana for a moment. Bottoms of the feet to touch. Just making sure that you feel nice and comfortable in this position. And I want you to grasp hold of the bottom of your right foot. Roll your left shoulder blade back, tenting the hand behind you. And then just try to bring that right foot away from the floor. You might want to try and bring that right foot a little bit out to the right side or straightening that right leg. For those of you that want to try and balance, bringing that left arm out to left side. A strong spine in this position. Beautiful. Holding. Slowly bringing foot back into Baddha Konasana, folding forward, head releasing towards the feet. Unraveling to come back to center, grasping hold underneath that left foot. Right shoulder blade back, tenting into the ground. And again, just seeing if you can bring that left foot away from the floor. If you want, you can try and straighten that left leg. And if you want to bring that hand away from the ground, bringing the right arm out to right side. Beautiful. Holding here. Nice tall spine. Bringing that left foot back into center, rounding the spine, head to come down. And then let's come back up to center, bringing the legs out in front, coming into your staff pose, toes to point up, just giving those legs a bit of a massage as you fold forward. So belly, chest, and head coming down towards those legs. And you can push with those palms right down the quads, down the shins, towards the toes. And then on your last one, to hold, bringing those hands down, opening the belly and chest, dropping the head down. And then slowly unraveling back to center. Good, rolling those shoulder blades back. All right, let's come onto our hands and knees. Oh, the sun's starting to come out. Coming onto the hands and knees into our tabletop position. So what I want you to do from here in your tabletop, just start swaying the hips from side to side. Nice widespread hands. Good. And then coming back to center. Now what you do here is just a gentle sway forward and back. So your hips are coming forward, stretching your wrists as the hips come back. Just a little bit of a push of your hands into the floor, bringing those hips back towards the heels. So I want you just to come a few times with this nice swaying motion. And then coming back to our centered position. So what we're going to do from here, we're going to lengthen that right leg back behind us. And you're going to bring the right leg up as high as you feel comfortable to start. You're going to kick the right heel in towards the bum and then begin to push that right foot over to the left side. Bring that right leg back up to sky. Bend the elbows as you begin to lower your chest down towards the floor to push straight back up. And to draw that right knee forward, rounding the spine, head to knee. Knees together, feet together as you push your hips back, coming into your first release, child's pose. Rounding the spine. Focusing on breath. Coming back up into your tabletop position. Good. Just sway your hips a bit from side to side before we come into the left side. Widespread hands, lengthening left leg back behind, and just taking a moment to bring that left leg up behind you. Nice long lengthening left leg. Bringing the left heel in towards the glute, and then beginning to push that left foot over towards the right side. Nice strong arms if you can in this position. Bringing that left leg back up to sky. Elbows bent, opening the chest towards the floor. To come straight back up. Bringing left knee forward, rounding the spine, head to knee. Knees together, feet together, hips to come back, belly coming down, head coming down to ground. Coming back up onto our hands and knees into our tabletop position, swaying those hips from side to side. So what I'd like to do, I'd like to come onto the stomach for a few stretches today. So what I'd like you to do is edge your knees back a tiny bit and then tip your hips forward so that you're aligning your shoulders above your wrist. And then almost like a push-up, you're going to lower your thighs, your belly, and your chest to come down to the floor. Hands underneath the shoulders, legs together now. Tops of the feet pushing into the ground and pushing your chest and your belly away from the floor, keeping the elbows tucked in towards the body to lower back down. Bringing the hands a little bit further down so that the hands are on either side of the rib cage. Pushing the hands into the floor, squeezing the bum together, bringing the chest and the belly away from the floor. Elbows tucked in towards the body to release back down to the ground. Bringing your arms close in towards the body, resting on the forehead for a moment. Legs together, squeeze the bum together, trying to bring your chest away from the floor. Head back down to the floor. And bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Once again, elbows tucked in. You just slowly come back up, bringing belly and chest away from the ground, shoulders dropped, elbows in towards the body. To release back down. Good. Last one, hands on either side of the head. Forearms onto the floor, elbows tucked in towards the body. We're going to come up into our Sphinx position, resting onto the forearms, nice open chest. And then just very gently look over towards left shoulder. Back to center. And then looking over to right side. Back to center, lowering down onto the belly and just folding the arms, resting the head to one side for a moment. Head coming back to center. I want you to bring your arms back down by your sides, legs together. And I want you to bring your arms away from the floor, bringing your palms in towards the body, towards the legs, fingertips pointing towards your heels. See if you can bring your head away from the ground. And for those of you going a bit deeper, interlacing the fingers behind you, opening up the chest, good, holding here. Releasing the head down. Hands underneath the shoulders, curling the toes under to push up onto the knees, taking a moment to slowly bring the hips back, coming into your child's pose.
Just letting that spine relax. Nice sequence there for strengthening the back.
And then coming back up onto our hands and knees. And just nice and slowly swaying those hips from side to side. So from here, we're going to come into an alternate body stretch. So what we do, we're going to lengthen the right leg back behind. And you're going to bring your right leg parallel with the floor. You're going to extend that left arm out in front. And you can hold here, or if you want, bend that right knee, extending that left arm back behind to grab hold of the right foot. Just making sure that that chest is nice and open, that nice strong right arm. Good. Extending that left arm and right leg back out in front. Left hand to floor, right knee down to the ground, bringing your hips back, belly, chest, head coming down. When you're ready, come up onto your hands and knees. Take a moment to sway it out from side to side. Nice. So coming to the other side now, you're going to extend that left leg back. Bring that left leg so it's parallel with the ground. And when you're ready in balance, bring that right arm out in front. So hold here. If you need to break at any time, bring your right hand down, or bending that left knee, reaching back to grasp hold of that left foot, keeping the chest nice and open. Beautiful. Come back out in that last stretch, lengthening the limbs. Hand and knee back down to the floor. Bring your knees together. Come back into that child's pose. You can either have your arms stretched out in front, or you can bring your arms down by your sides.
Just letting that head release down.
Coming back up onto our hands and knees into your tabletop, swaying hips from side to side. So we're going to come into a little bit of a flow here. I want you to open your knees nice and wide. And bring your toes into touch. And just start to set the hips back towards the heels. And just hold for a moment. Walking those arms out in front. Opening the chest down towards the floor. Coming down onto the forearms for a moment. Releasing the head down. Stretch your hands wide. Come up onto the knees and tip your hips forward so that you're aligning the shoulders above the wrists. And just like a push-up, you're going to keep those elbows tucked in. You're going to lower down towards the floor. You're going to push straight back up, aligning the shoulders above the wrists. And then slowly hinging those hips back, coming into your open knees, child's pose. So you're going to come back up, hips forward, shoulders above the wrists. Almost like a variation of chaturanga is slowly coming down. Just slowly push up. Beautiful. Bringing those hips back into your open knees, child's pose, taking a nice deep breath. Slowly coming up, shoulders above the wrist, hips are forward, and that nice slow lowering down with control. To push straight back up. Beautiful. One more time. We're going to do this sequence. Come back into your open knees, child's pose. Coming back up. Last time, shoulders above the wrist. Again, keeping those elbows tucked in, lowering down to push up. Exhale, coming back. Take a nice stretch here, keeping that chest open. And then a bit of a sway from side to side. There, wonderful. Come you need to sit on your bum for a minute, you can. If you can keep in this wide open position here, just start to set the shoulder blades back. Good. Rolling shoulder blades back, interlacing the fingers behind. Nice tall spine. Very nice. From here, what we're going to do, bring the hands out in front. You're going to come onto the knees, curl the toes under, and coming into a variation of your squat position. So you can come onto the balls of the feet here. You can come up a bit higher into a chair pose if this is uncomfortable for your knees, or if you can, coming down flat foot. And let's just do a little bit of movement here. If you need to balance, you can bring one hand down to the floor at a time. If you're okay with your hands on your legs, just kind of helping to push open those knees from side to side. Just getting used to being close to the ground and trying to bring your body upright. Try not to lean too far forward. Good. Now coming into your squat position. Elbows on the inside of the legs, pressing into the legs as the hands come into heart center. Shoulders dropped. Nice inhale. Releasing the breath. And one more nice deep inhale. Releasing the breath. Very nice. So an option here, if you need to slowly come up to your standing position, take your time to unravel the spine. You want to come up a little bit more trickier. Once you press your feet into the ground, slowly come back up into your standing position. Arms to come down and rolling those shoulder blades back. Well done. All right. Again, we'll just work on the side body, some nice side stretches for a moment. Feet parallel from one another. Hands to the hips. As you glide your right hand down the hip, I want you to slide your left arm up the side of the left body, and then bring that left arm straight up to sky. Sliding left hand down, right arm to slide up. One more time each side. Nice sliding motion of the hands. And finally coming to other side. Beautiful. Coming back to center, bringing hands to the heart, slight release of the knees, coming into your flat back fold. Hands on top of the knees, pushing those hips back, trying to lengthen that spine. Tuck the belly in, coming into your full forward fold. Belly, chest, head to release. Bend of the knees, unraveling the body to come up to your standing position and rolling the shoulder blades back. Hands to the heart. Deep inhale and releasing the breath. Swooping the arms to come up and opening into our V formation. Palms back up to touch, to interlace to the back of the head. Rolling shoulder blades back, tipping right elbow over to right side, to center, over to left, to center. Squeezing the bum together as you press the head into the hands, eyes gaze up. To center, slight release of the knees, letting the hands glide down, coming into your flat back fold or half fold. Unraveling the body to come up, drawing shoulder blades back. Right, let's bring our feet hip distance apart, slight bend in the knees, coming to your twist from side to side. Wonderful. And then coming back to center. Hands to the heart, arms up to sky. As your hands come down, bend the knees, tipping the hips back, coming into chair for a moment. From here, you're going to bring left elbow over to right thigh, right elbow up high. Nice open chest to the right side. Back to center, just swoop up. Exhale to come down into your chair pose. You can hold here if you want. We're coming into revolved chair. Right elbow pressing into that the left leg, nice open chest. Back to center to come up, sweeping arms. Exhale into your full forward fold. Releasing the neck, belly towards the thighs. From here, walk your feet out a few steps, coming into a little bit of a deeper fold. Bending of the knees, slowly unraveling the spine to come up to center and rolling the shoulder blades back. Wonderful. Here you're just going to turn your heels to face in. You're going to bend your knees, keeping the body nice and centered. I just want you to come up onto the left ball of the foot and then over to the right. You're going to just do a few times, stretching out the feet, toes. You can keep doing this movement, or if you want to try, coming up on both balls of the feet. If you want to bring your hands to heart center, if you want to come lower down into a squat position, you can. Good. Coming back up, feet parallel. Wonderful. Twisting from side to side. Good. Just letting that spine go. You're going to come back into that V formation with the feet. You're going to bend your knees and bring your hands to heart center. What you're going to do here, push your palms out to the sides, lengthening the arms, and then draw those hands back in. Pushing out, drawing in. Good. One more time, coming out, drawing in. Beautiful. You're going to bring that right elbow down to the right thigh, extending left arm over to right side. Coming back to center, pushing arms out, drawing hands in. Left elbow over to left thigh, right arm extending over to the left side. To come back to center, pushing the arms out, drawing the palms in. Deep inhale. Exhale, coming up, feet parallel. And just letting those arms go, twisting the body, or you can come into a little bit of a side stretch, whatever your body needs. Wonderful. Beautiful. We're going to bring our stance a little bit wider. And I want you to bring your right foot out to the right side, left toe slightly coming in, hands to the hips. So with that right hand, you're going to glide it down the right leg. And I want you just to very slowly lengthen that left arm up to sky. Bend in that right knee and slowly come back to center. Arms reaching out to the sides. Straightening right leg, slowly gliding the right hand down. Left arm up to sky. Bending right knee, slowly coming back to center. Beautiful. One more time, straightening right leg. It's like a nice flow of the arms to come up. Good. Bending the right knee, coming back to center position. Feet parallel, rolling the shoulders back. All right, let's come to the other side. So just turning that left foot out to left side, right toe slightly facing in, hands to the hips to start, dropping the shoulders, and then letting that left hand glide down, right arm to reach up. Bending that left knee, slowly pushing those arms out to the sides. Coming back to left side. Right arm just floats up, nice open chest. Bending that left knee, push those palms out. And then last time, lengthening that left leg. Coming into your Trikonasana, bending left knee, coming back, push the palms out. Feet parallel. Hands to heart center, nice deep inhale. Exhale, release the breath. Gliding the hands to the hips, tipping those hips back, coming into your half fold. Nice long spine. Beautiful. From here, I want you to bring your left hand down to the floor, right arm to reach up. Nice twist to the body. Coming into full forward fold. Right fingertips pressing into the ground, left arm to lengthen. Coming into your forward fold. Begin to walk your hands out in front, slowly coming into a wide-legged plank position. Hands underneath the shoulders. going to bring your knees down to the ground, toes together, and come back into your open knees child's pose. Taking a nice deep inhale. Exhale, deepening down into the ground, opening armpits, opening the palms. Walking hands over to left side. Right armpit opening towards the floor. And then walking back to center, coming over to the left side, or right side, left armpit opening, coming down to the floor. Walking back to center, coming back up onto the knees, bringing the knees together, and then coming back. Sitting onto the heels for a moment, just drawing those shoulder blades back. Right. So I think we'll come into one more sitting position, and then we'll come down onto the back for some stretches. So come over onto the bum for a moment. And what I'd like you to do is bring your knees together. Bring your feet so they're beside each other. And then just rolling the shoulder blades back. Okay, nice long spine. So just first movement that we'll do, just drag your toes in towards the body. And then bring your toes to point up, keeping those knees tucked in towards the chest. Feet down, rounding of the spine. Releasing the head down. Coming back up to center. So what I want you to do next is bring the hands behind the thighs. You're going to bring those knees as close in towards the body as possible, and then bring the toes to point up. This time, see if you can bring those legs up a little bit higher. Maybe thighs parallel with the ground. Again, nice open chest. Coming back down, feet down to the ground, rounding the spine, head coming down. Coming back up, grabbing hold of the back of the legs, shoulder blades rolled back and down. And then you're going to bring those legs back up, seeing if you can bring those legs up as high as you can, keeping the belly tucked in towards the spine. Beautiful. Bringing the feet down, rounding the spine, head towards the knees. And coming up to center, bring the hands back behind you, bring your feet at hip distance apart, just a couple sways of the knees from side to side. Wonderful. And then from here, one last stretch. What I want you to do is bring your left foot over towards the right hip, and then you're going to bring your right knee on top of the left knee. So placing the hands onto the feet, lengthening the spine, really nice stretch for your hips. What I want you to do is fold forward. Bringing your belly down towards the thighs, releasing your head down. So try and let your body act as a weight coming onto that right thigh. Slowly unraveling to come up to center. So you're going to bring your hands back behind you. You're going to switch sides. Bringing that left knee over top of the right. Holding on to the feet. And again, if this is difficult, just come into a bit of a flat back fold. And if you can, bringing the body heavy down to the ground, releasing the head down. Coming back up to your tall sitting position. If you can stay here for a moment. If you need to come into cross-legged position, you can do so. Bringing the arms up to sky, palms to touch, hands to come above the head. To tent the fingertips, to open and draw the shoulder blades back. Good, second round to come up. Hands above the head. To tent fingertips, to open and draw the shoulder blades back. Wonderful. One more time to come up. Hands above the head. to tent fingertips, to open and draw those shoulder blades back. One last time into your forward fold. And as you come up, release those legs. You're going to come down onto your back now. So just taking a moment, grasping hold of the shins, tucking the belly button in towards the spine. Just very slow movement to come down onto the back. When you come onto the back, just start very gentle sway of the knees from side to side. Nice massage of the back. And then coming back to center position. Bring the feet down to the floor so feet are parallel, knees are bent. I'll stretch out those hips still. Bringing your left foot on top of the right thigh, pushing the right foot away from the floor and just grasping hold of that left knee to draw you towards the left armpit. And you can hold here or you can lengthen that right leg up to sky, pushing the right foot up towards the ceiling. Just holding for a moment. You're going to bend that right knee. You're going to bring the right foot down to the floor, followed by the left foot. And then we'll come to other side. Right foot on top of the left thigh. Bringing that right knee in towards the right armpit. Hold here. Or bringing left leg up to sky. Bottom of the foot to push up. Holding, keep drawing that right knee in towards the right armpit. And then slowly bending the knees to hug in towards the chest and rocking it out from side to side. Let's bring the feet back down to the floor, knees together, feet together. You're going to turn the bottoms of the feet to touch, coming into Supta Baddha Konasana. So I want you to bring your arms back behind you. I want you to bring your palms to face up towards the sky, and then just a very gentle sway of the head from side to side. And then bringing head back to center. Let's open our arms out to the sides. Shoulders are heavy down to the floor. You're going to bring your knees in towards the chest. And then I want you to drop both knees over to the left side. Just coming to a nice spinal twist. Keep those shoulders heavy, bring the knees back into center, pushing those feet back up to sky, bottoms of the feet pressing up. Knees into chest, knees gently falling over to right side. Knees to come back to center. Last time, bringing those legs up, pushing the bottoms of the feet up towards the sky. Bringing the arms up, pushing the palms up. Belly button slightly in towards the spine. And then that gentle drive the knees into chest. One last time, rocking it out side to side. Or a very gentle rock forward and back. So here I want you to slowly start getting ready for your final resting position. If you've got any back issues, bring your feet at hip distance apart. Let the knees just cave into one another and let your arms release down to the floor. Okay, if you're okay with the back, you can let your legs come into a nice wide open V formation on the ground. Bring your legs together and just kind of finding how your body feels most comfortable to rest. Hands can be placed on top of the body or arms can be down to the floor. And then just closing the eyes. And just allowing the breath to settle. Sometimes hands on top of the body and feeling that movement of breath kind of helps settle the body. And again, making sure that the face feels very relaxed. So dropping your jaw, relaxing the lips, and releasing the muscles all around the eyes, in between the eyebrows and the forehead. There's this nice heavy feeling with the head coming into the ground. And then letting that heavy feeling come down to the shoulders, feeling the shoulders connect to the ground. Elbows slightly bent, and again, hands placed wherever they're most comfortable. As we bring focus to the spine, making sure it feels very comfortable into your mat and that your hips are nice and heavy. Finally, as we come down to the legs, however they're placed, making sure that they feel comfortable. Taking a gentle inhale through the nose and release of the breath. Again, a gentle inhale through the nose and release of the breath. And one more time, deep inhale coming through the nose and releasing the breath. And just keeping focus on the movement of breath just for a moment as the body relaxes and releases tension. And from here, slowly starting to awaken the body with the breath. A bit of a deeper inhale coming through the nose. A bit of a longer release of the breath. And then just beginning to move your fingers or your wrists, your knuckles, a bit of movement back to the body. And then one last stretch or lengthening of the arms, stretch or lengthening of the legs, or any last movement you wish to do with the body. And you can take time, again, to stretch it out. You can curl over onto one side of your body before you slowly make way to your final sitting position. Coming into a nice tall sitting position, bringing hands to heart center. Bringing arms up to sky, opening arms into V formation. Palms back up to touch, hands coming down to heart center. Just coming into a flat back fold, nice long spine. Coming back up to center, arms up to sky, into V formation. Palms back up to touch, hands coming down to heart. Coming into your half back fold. And then one more time, coming back up to open arms into V formation. Palms back up to touch, hands coming down to heart. Letting the thumbs rest onto the chest, bowing down, deep inhale, releasing the breath. Deep inhale, releasing the breath. One last deep inhale, and releasing the breath. Namaste. With many thanks. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you soon.